Good morning, News in Motion family. How are we doing today on this wonderful Wednesday, February the 15th, 2023? As you're getting your coffee, as you're getting your smoothie, your breakfast, getting ready to bring the kids to school or get ready to head into the workplace, let us know where you're tuning in from, whether it's through LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, podcast, audio. We just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. And with this being said, let's get News in Motion started.
News in motion.
What's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. Like Isaiah said, today is Wednesday, February the 15th. I see you, Lori Wallace. I see you, Marion Jackson. What's up, Deborah Johnson? I see you, Adrian, coming in from YouTube. Shirley Nicholson, Robert Holman, Deborah Sneed, Patricia Laus, Jeffrey Allen James, Fred Jones. Good morning to all of you. Hopefully, I did not miss anyone that I see coming in actually on the live chat. From the video, and all of you that are on the podcast or audio, I just want to say good morning to you. If you happen to be tuning into the replay, we just want to say thank you for spending a little part of your day with us as we are bringing you facts. We pride ourselves on bringing you relevant commentary with a call to action mixed with an inspirational message that you get every Monday through Thursday right here. I see you, Shardinia, coming in as well. Y'all, again, it is February the 15th, 2023. I am your host, Gail Dudley, and it is time for Wednesday Workshop. Yes, y'all, on Wednesdays, we do our best to make sure we give you a workshop piece, and I'm so excited to share that after I go through the headline news, we will have our very own Isaiah Jones giving you a presentation, a workshop. So y'all don't want to miss this. Y'all really want to invite all of your friends to tune in as this young man is growing and doing some amazing things as a freelancer. Y'all know he's back in college and he has building his own business. So I turned over Wednesday Workshop to him for today, and he's ready. When y'all see this presentation, he built the entire presentation from the ground up. So I'm really excited to show all of that. Y'all, today being February the 15th is my father's birthday. So happy 87th to Louis Pryor Jr. He is the oldest Pryor that is still around. So I'm just excited to celebrate him today on his birthday. He is 87 years old today. So happy birthday, Dad. All right, y'all, keeping up with what we're doing for Black History Month. We want to promote once again Amber Mabry. As you see, Amber Mabry is a dynamic wife, mompreneur, and co-author who enjoys being creative, expanding her entrepreneurial lifestyle, meeting people and connecting with big thinkers. Amber is the owner of A-Pains, Designs, a design company that serves nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, and business owners with professional graphic design and marketing solutions. Y'all should know that Amber is out of the box leader who enjoys immersing herself into projects of kindness and community endeavors. In 2017, she raised thousands of dollars for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, a nonprofit dedicated to creating a world without blood cancer. She is as a leader in the Man and Woman of the Year 10-week fundraising campaign. In 2020, she created an online community group focused on relationships called Marriage Real Talk for the purpose of creating a safe space for singles, married, divorced, and widows to connect, share, and grow. Recently, she launched Thrive, and the participants just graduated last weekend. This Thrive on Purpose partnership group, where she encourages and coaches women to live intentionally to reach their goals. And y'all, she's also the designer of Ready Publication. So I'm just all excited to share all that with you. If you want to reach Amber, you can go to Amber Mabry, thrives.com. And she has her business phone number as well for those who are listening on audio or podcast. That is 614-407-8887. She's a vision coach, author, trailblazer, graphic designer. Y'all, that is Amber Mabry. So excited about her. And as of course, we're doing this same thing for Women's History Month. So if you are a female business owner, you have products, services, whatnot, you send us in your Facebook cover size graphic along with a 1-paragraph write-up with your contact information. We will get this up here. If you are a female business owner during Black History Month, it's okay to come back for Women's History Month as well. So we're going to make sure we get all of that out there. For Black History, on February the 8th, Benjamin Crump was honored by St. Thomas University in Florida with the Benjamin L. Crump College of Law, making some say it's the first, but no, I did my research. He's the second. The first was Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. And so now it makes Benjamin Crump the second Black person named to a law school. After the announcement of St. Thomas University renaming their institution after attorney Ben Crump, word came out that 3 well-known individuals raised funds to support the university. And that would be George Clinton, Bishop T.D. Jakes, and actor Will Smith, with a total of $10 million. So, y'all, let's just congratulate him on the work that he is doing in and out the community. All right, y'all. We did not mention this yesterday because we were waiting for more information, but we want to mention this today. And I see you, Dr. Antoinette and Donita and Pastor Alex, all coming in here this morning as well. So we have a graphic we're going to put up here for a little while as I go through each name. But we lost 3 lives to gun violence at Michigan State University. So with that, as you look at this image, we have Alexandria Vineyard, age 20, was a junior at Michigan State University. She was a 3-sport athlete in high school, playing basketball, volleyball, and softball all 4 years. Her father described her as a beautiful soul. In the middle, we have Brian Frazier. He was age 20, sophomore at Michigan State University. He played varsity lacrosse in high school and was the chapter president of his fraternity at MSU. His sister said he was a light in his family's lives. And then finally, we have Ariel Anderson. She was age 19. She was a sophomore at Michigan State University and aspired to become a pediatric doctor. She was close with her grandmother and had just stayed with her on Saturday night. Her grandmother said she was kind, loving, caring, compassionate, and driven. So we have 3 dead and 5 injured in Michigan State University massacre. Thousands of students had to shelter in place before the 43-year-old shooter eventually shot and killed himself. Every town states, and I want to leave those pictures up just for a few more moments, young people in America are more likely to die by gunfire than any other way. This isn't inevitable. It is a choice made by lawmakers who cower to the gun industry. Join millions of Americans working to end gun violence. I need y'all to get your cell phones out here, and I want y'all to text this number. Text the word ACT, A-C-T, to 644-33. Again, if you're wanting to join this movement to end gun violence, text the word ACT, A-C-T, to 644-33. Okay, so with that, let me turn to some good news. Thank you, Isaiah. Let's turn to some good news. 7 more people, 8 days later, have been rescued from the earthquake in Turkey. So that's some good news. We have Senator Dianne Feinstein, Democrat of California. She has announced that she will not seek re-election in 2024. There's many people already throwing their name in that hat for that district. She is 89 years old, and she says she will not put her bid in for re-election. So we have that. All right, we haven't talked about this in a while, but I want to bring up the Unboss commercial because there's a lot that's going on. So Isaiah, if you would cue up Unboss, we can get that going, that commercial there. But I want us to be thinking about media and thinking about Black media in particular. So go ahead, Isaiah.
Show that focuses on our issues, our concern, our stories, our voices, and our perspectives.
It's less than 20 people. So everybody want to scream on social media about how Black Lives Matter, but no one's
And when you only report one side of the story, that's not reporting.
Right.
And that happens way too much in with our major media establishments in this town. It's like,
so again, I wanted to highlight that as we go into, I want you to start preparing for our Wednesday workshop where we have a presentation from Isaiah talking about shadow banning. So I just wanted to put that in there at this point in time so that you can be thinking about it, because this is happening. We're seeing it happen more and more, especially to people who look like me and many of you. So as you're thinking about that, USA Today and AP reports that Florida's Republican governor has now condemned the College Board in recent weeks over the AP African American Studies course, calling it an indoctrination and lacking in educational value. This week, Ron DeSantis went even further, suggesting the state could find an alternative to the College Board, the nonprofit entity that administers the AP program, as well as other critical components. So he's talking about getting rid of this. But I want y'all to pay attention to this from Denise Pope. She says if the state moves to financially support their financial support for AP, the wealthy students will continue to pay for and do whatever they want when it comes to AP studies. So y'all, I want y'all to pay attention to that line, because once again, here's an opportunity that things are being taken away from people who cannot necessarily afford them. And y'all know what that looks like, right? Y'all know what that looks like. So I want to bring Isaiah in. So Isaiah, if you would come in, and as he's coming in, y'all, Nikki Haley has announced her bid for president. She's announced that earlier. And then we just have a lot that's going on. Even with her, she wanted to talk about women. She wanted to talk about bullying. She wanted to talk about her attacks on President Joe Biden and the Democrats. And a lot of it did not add up. She also started attacking some of the same things that Governor Ron DeSantis have been attacking. So we need to really pay attention to this. And here's my opportunity during Black History Month. If you are not a registered voter, please register today. You can go to www.vote.gov to register to vote, or check your voting registration. Lori says we need to be paying attention all the time, and we need to be praying all the time. Dr. Antoinette said Tyrant 101, teach only your version of history. Anything that does not fit your narrative did not happen. Marion saying she's praying for the MSU students. I don't know where Isaiah is. I thought he'd be popped in here by now. Oh, there he is. There's a lot going on. So before you go into your workshop this morning, our Wednesday workshop for this week, Isaiah, what are your thoughts of AP African American history or other AP classes, and how somebody just has so much control they can make the decision, well, we're just not going to have that anymore?
It's actually ties into what I'm about to talk about. A lot of people who try to push their own agenda or dictate what we can learn or what we should learn, actually. It's to say it's unfair would be, an understatement, but to try to erase the history, that's just plain disrespectful right there.
Yeah, and here's a quote, right? And I was waiting for you to come on and share this. He says, and this is Ron DeSantis speaking, nobody elected the College Board to do anything. He said this during an appearance yesterday. And then he went on to talk about woke. He's using that word all the time. And he says these are banking practices. They're just providing services. And so you can either utilize those services or not. They have provided these AP courses for a long time, but there are probably some other vendors who would be able to do a better job that he and his administration could elect. So it's really interesting that he wants, it's like so much control there. And then I go back to what Denise Pope, she happens to be a lecturer at Stanford Graduate School of Education. She says, if a state removes financial support for AP, students from wealthier families are likely to continue to be able to access the courses and take the exams. Again, that's getting rid of people who cannot afford to do so. People would elect not to do it because they do not have the money to do it. So what are your thoughts on that?
It's always been about the money. Money makes the world go round. I've heard that saying
All about the money.
A bunch of times in my life. And this also shows what people can do if they have a little bit of control or a little bit of power over a situation.
Yeah.
They can either use it for the good of the situation, or they can make the situation and turn into complete and utter chaos. I'm just profound and baffled by everything that I'm hearing right now. But then again, with the politics, I put some politicians and car salesmen in the same bowl, for real. You can't really,
Wow.
you can't really.
Politicians and car salesmen in the same boat. Okay.
I'm just saying with some, but with some, you gotta do your research on some of these people.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Well, we're eager to hear about shadow banning and your presentation. So I will get out of here so you can get started. You all, please share. Support Isaiah. And again, he built this entire presentation. So let's congratulate him for that as well. All right, take it over.
With pleasure. Good morning, everyone. On News in Motion, thank you so much for tuning into Wednesday's workshop. Today, we're going to be talking about shadow banning, what it means, how it works, and how long it usually stays around. We talked about shadow banning before here on News in Motion, so if this is your first time here, again, welcome to Wednesday workshop. If you're here, again, sit back, ask questions. What Miss Gail Dudley always says, always ask the questions, always do your research. So this is what we're here for. So if you can actually go to the beginning of the slideshow, please, Miss Gail Dudley, then we can get started. Explaining shadow banning by yours truly, Isaiah Jones. What is shadow banning? So shadow banning is basically when a major social media platform, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, those tend to be the main three that has shadow banning, happening over the last few months. They ban or suspend a user's content from showing up on their demographics For You page, their FYP. Demographics being your target audience. So if you have a product that caters to children, your product won't show up on that For You page because they hit you with a content warning. They hit you with something, even though you really were following the guideline rules. This also tends to happen on Instagram, Twitter, just everywhere, and they don't even notify you. So this is hence the term shadow banning. They hit you and they don't even alert you to when your content is going to be put back out. But even though you're shadow banned, the user can still see their content and respond to comments, but only you can see your own content. Your viewers, your target audience, they won't see your content for quite a few days or even a few weeks. If you can go to the next slide, please. So how do you know if you're shadow banned? If you notice that 1 week your views, your comments, your reactions, the likes, the shares were, let's just say they were at 5,725. And then the next week it suddenly drops down to only 572, you have been shadow banned. It could be, if I'm being honest, this tends to happen with a lot of people that look like us. A lot of Black content creators who set aside the time, the energy, who actually put creativity and engagement in their content to make their videos engaging and to make them get reposts, get likes, get shares. get shared all over, basically go viral. Whether it's videos, reels, whatever your content is, whatever your product is, if they don't meet the social media platforms agenda and analytics, they just straight out shadow ban you because they have an agenda that they want to push, that they need to push. So a shadow ban can also last up to 2 weeks, sometimes even a month on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. If you have a YouTube channel, your channel would get terminated. You would have to make an appeal to YouTube headquarters, and a representative from there will usually get back to you within 3 to 5 business days. If you're banned on TikTok, your content and your views will just stay at a low rate for the next 2 weeks. What can we do about this? Here's some things you can do about this. This actually ties in with my next slide. Lori Wallace says, is there a way to stop or maneuver it? There is a way to stop being shadow banned or to kind of avoid being shadow banned. So if Ms. Gail Dudley can go to the next slide, please. You can, there we go. How to avoid being shadow banned. So these are just some ways to avoid being shadow banned. One, make sure you do not violate any community guidelines, even if you think your content is going to, trigger a guideline warning or something like that. Proceed with caution. Review your footage, review your content, review your captions, your hashtags, locations, review anything that you have within the post before you hit post. Before you hit post, do a reread, a reproof. Make sure you read thoroughly good through the hashtags, the location, the caption. The caption is the main thing that draws these community guideline warnings. What are good hashtags? Good hashtags are something. Okay, so a good hashtag is for you page. That's a good hashtag if you're posting something for Instagram, TikTok. Trying to think of some good YouTube or Facebook hashtags. If you're posting something about food, you can be like food reviews. If you are an artist, then you can be like beauty and art. That's a good hashtag that won't get a copyright strike. Devontae Goins says, I believe the only way to fix shadow banning is to create our own platforms on our own websites and apps, an effort to not depend on what the social media sites. That is a very good point, because like I said before, the social media sites, once you start building up your brand, your content, your product, they will literally need you to pay for your views, your likes, your reactions. They want you to promote. They want basically for you to promote your stuff, but you're putting money in their pockets, if that makes any sense. And what they're also doing is they're forcing you or trying to pressure you into buying followers, reactions, just basically push their false analytics, when reality your content is based on real people, real reactions. Your content is real authentic. So don't fall for that. Do not buy followers. Do not use any sketchy apps. Do not put money into social media's pockets trying to promote your product. Just trust the process. It's gonna take a few days. It's gonna take a while, but trust the process. If you're also discussing a sensitive topic on your page or on your content, be sure to include a content warning. Sometimes that will usually show up as this photo or video is hidden. See why. That's the content warning. And if you hit see video anyways, it will still show the video, but it will show that content warning. And like I said before, do not feel pressured into paying these social media sites, putting money in their pockets to promote your business just for them to not even use that money to promote your stuff, but to promote other people's stuff who don't put in the time, who don't put in the effort, who don't put in the engagement to make their content interesting for their target audience. Pastor Alex says this sounds like censorship. Shadow ban is basically a newer term for censorship. You're not really censored in a way. Your profile is still can still be accessed, but your content, your most recent content will not even show up. So with a relative example, yesterday after News and Motion show, Miss Gail Dudley showed us our post reach, our insight, our reactions, and I want to say the day before, which was Monday, we were at 781. But yesterday we were only at 71, if I'm not mistaken. So with that being, what that means is that we're kind of being censored by Facebook. You know, we're kind of being put in Facebook jail. So what that means is that your newest post, it will get posted. You know, it will definitely take a few hours, but it won't show up on the For You page. It won't. You will literally have to go looking on the page that you're looking for to find the most recent post that you're trying to find. Another way to avoid being shadow banned is to make sure you set post notifications. If you know that News in Motion goes live at 7:25, but you're having trouble getting in, another way to access News in Motion is, especially if you're on Facebook, go to the News in Motion Facebook page. You should see somewhere where it says like, follow, message. Once you like the page, hit the like button again. It will say something about daily feeds. If you hit all notifications, you'll get all the live streams, all the posts, all the breaking news that News in Motion posts about, because News in Motion is all about relative commentary and relevant news. Devontae Goin says it is definitely censorship because they are afraid you can start making more money off your own content than they can. It's like money. It's all about the money. This literally what is. These social media sites, if I'm being honest, some of them are going broke. Some of these social media sites are going broke. So they need you to pay them. They need the content creators to pay them to push their agenda, to push their analytics. So please go to, if you're on Facebook, go to the News in Motion Facebook page. Be sure to like, follow, go to your news feed, daily feed, hit all notifications, and you will receive all alerts when we go live, when we post, when we have breaking news, when we have a guest coming on, when we have a workshop, when there's an e-newsletter sent out. You can also go to Miss Gail Dudley's page at www.gaildudley.com. But this is basically what shadow banning is. They basically censor you, they censor your content, and they push it all the way down on the For You page. So your viewers, your target audience will have to scroll all the way just to find your most recent post. Mike Nicholson says that's what I do. I have to go to the page now because I do not get any other notifications, even though I am signed up for the notifications. So that's on Facebook. That's on Facebook, Meta, whoever is basically controlling the social media site right now. If you're signed up for, no, I don't want to say sign up, but if you hit the notification and you hit for all notifications and you somehow still aren't able to get in, that is definitely on Facebook. So, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, I don't know what's going on at your headquarters, but the fact that some people aren't able to get in to view our content, we got questions. We asking the questions. We doing the research. So it's all on you. The ball's in your court now. So if you got an answer for us, please let us know, because we don't know even if this video is going to get put out. So, and I'll be surprised if it does. That's why Devontae Demonte says this is why everyone needs to join Gail E. Dudley and News and Motion email list. Exactly. Here, I can what I actually do is that's what to do. News and Motion just put out their email list, which is free. All you got to do is go to www.gaildudley.com and hit subscribe. You'll get all of the emails. I'm pretty sure e-newsletter is included in that too. If anybody has any more questions about what shadow banning is, you know, how to avoid it, how long does it last, please ask your questions. Please ask your questions. How can we protest this? If you are shadow banned, and you notice that your views are still the same, you can make an appeal. I'm pretty sure how that works is you make an appeal to whatever platform you're being shadow banned on. Let's just say you're shadow banned on Facebook. So you will make an appeal to Facebook. You can either do it through a post or an email. Be sure to mention the social media site and just say, hello, my page, my content has been shadow banned, and I would like to know why. I make sure that I haven't broken any community guidelines. If I've talked about a sensitive subject, I've included a content warning, and just asking, what can they do to resolve the situation, and how to avoid it, so that way next time your content won't get banned, censored. But if somehow your content does get censored, then it all ties back to this. How do we find community guidelines? You can find community guidelines through your settings, and I want to say your post insight. So before you hit post, it should allow you to save your draft, and you can actually look up what are community guidelines through Google and stuff like that. But community guidelines are just basically making sure that your content isn't talking about a sensitive subject or isn't triggering for anybody, especially in today's society. But also just being sure that you're respectful in the tone of your post, the way that you post, and being consistent in your post. That's another thing to avoid being shadow banned. Be sure you're consistent in your post. Mike Nicholson says shadow banning is just the tip of the iceberg, though. Just like it came out in the reports that TikTok people can decide who goes viral and who does not. Totally different from shadow banning, but shows how the social media outlets can also control that. That is an excellent point, and that's another great point. TikTok being the main one who can do this. What they would do is they can literally determine who goes viral and who doesn't, who gets money from their content and who doesn't. 9 times out of 10, if you hear like a real popular song off of TikTok, 9 times out of 10 you'll see people like us, being the main ones on the original post, the main ones at the very top of the page of that sound. So if you click that sound on TikTok, usually people like us will be at the very top. Literally the week after that same video, it will not be at the top. It will either be at the bottom or somewhere in the middle. That's because TikTok, they realize, okay, this video was good, but it doesn't really fit our analytics. It doesn't fit what we try to push out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this video, we're going to make it, we're going to put it at the middle, make it harder for their viewers to find it. So that way they have to, click every video, scroll through, watch, which promotes the other content viewers, other content's views, reactions, shares, all of that. So they're literally promoting other people's videos because they put money in their pockets when your stuff is being authentic and real and engaging. So I hope you all enjoyed this Wednesday workshop. I'm glad I could break down what shadow banning is. Thank you all so much for your questions. I want to say thank you to Ms. Gail Dudley for allowing me to talk about shadow banning and allowing me to speak the truth of what News in Motion has been going through these last few weeks. Because for us to only have right now 21 people, 21 live viewers in the room right now, and only 12 impressions, and watch us have like maybe 600 people being reached that weren't actually able to access the video, that shows right there that we're being shadow banned. We're being forced to be quiet, but we're not going to be quiet. We're going to continue to be authentic. We're going to continue to speak the truth, because that's what we do over here in News in Motion. I saw a comment that my mom had said, I want to put back up there. We need to figure out how to copyright and trademark our content. You can definitely copyright, trademark, and also watermark. Watermark is another good word for it. But watermark is basically where your name of your brand is across the post, so that way nobody can say that it's theirs. So nobody else can get money, get views, get any promotion off of their page for your stuff. So be sure to watermark it, copyright it, do whatever you can to be sure that your stuff is staying on your page. I see some more comments in here. Ken Emerson says, excellent job, nephew. Thank you so much. Pastor Alex says, great job, Isaiah. Thank you all so much. I hope this information has been helpful. If you have a young person who's, kind of, I don't want to say kind of big on social media, but, if you have a young person who posts on social media, talk to them about them. Ask them if they know what shadow banning is. And now we know what to do, how to avoid it, how to encounter it. And, now it's on the social media sites. It's on them to see if they do anything about this. Here goes another comment by my mom. Facebook community guidelines are a joke. My posted video of my young son speaking about police was removed because it didn't fit the analytics. This is true. I remember that video. I do. I remember that video. I remember you talking to me about that. All because we were talking about the truth. And the truth is something that they do not want to hear. But the truth is always going to come out. The truth is always going to come out. So continue to just be authentic, be consistent in your posts. If you're shadow banned, do not panic. Do not buy any fake followers, fake comments, anything like that. As the slide says here, don't violate any community guidelines. And if you have a sensitive topic, be sure to include the community warning. That will save you a lot. That will help you out a lot. If you put a content warning, something, talking about LGBTQ, that can be a sensitive topic in today's society. Race, anything, police brutality, be sure to include a content warning. So where is our freedom of speech? Where is the freedom of speech? We ask these questions. Ask the questions, y'all. Where is the freedom of speech? If we're not able to express ourselves through words, through song, through dance, through whatever we do for the content, then like Devontae said, maybe we should create our own. We need to create our own websites. So with that being said, thank you, Ms. Gail Dudley, for showing the slideshow. It's about 8 o'clock, so we're getting ready to go into our inspirational message. And I was kind of wrestling with what to talk about. But hold on, Jeffrey Allen James said Facebook community guidelines are illegal, but they get by using forum moderators. Oh, Facebook, y'all got some questions to answer for. They got some questions to answer for. Julie Neal said, excellent and very informative. We now know what we need to do. Listen, we've been doing this our entire lives from the very beginning of time. we continue to have these obstacles be put in front of us. But we're here to overcome. So this is what we continue to do. So with that being said, our inspirational message today, I just want to say that it is worth it. It is definitely, it's worth it. The process, whatever you're going through right now, whatever you're striving for, it is worth it. I remember a few months ago, I was wrestling with faith. I was wrestling with, talking to God more. I'm just gonna be transparent on here. But I remember going and reading Hebrews chapter 11, the entire thing. And the overall summary is basically the signs and rewards, the different levels of faith. Abraham being able and willing to sacrifice his son to be faithful to God. Noah building the ark to show that he's in alignment with God and show that he's going to be faithful to him. This is worth it. Being shadow man, it sucks in a way, but it's worth it because it shows what you're willing to go through to be faithful, to be consistent, to promote your business, promote your product, to show that you're not going to stay down, that you're going to continue to fight for what you believe in, basically. And sorry, y'all. I just wanted to say that being faithful, it's a process. It's a work. You're gonna have some restless nights. You're gonna have some early mornings where you don't want to do anything, but you go up and you go after it. So I just want to say that it's worth it. Continue to be faithful, even on those days where it's hard to be. Continue to be consistent, and continue to just be authentic. Be you. Be authentic. Don't change who you are to fit somebody else's agenda or to fit in with somebody else. I know what that's like because I've done that before. So I just want to come on here, talk about shadow banning. Again, thank y'all for your questions, your comments. Thank you, Miss Gail Dudley, for allowing me to talk about shadow banning and talk about the inspirational message. With that being said, we will see y'all tomorrow for more news in motion. Y'all know what Miss Gail Dudley says. Stay well and remember to make some bold moves. We out.
News in motion.